What do you do when your mother-in-law lives with you but is exposing your kids to ideas and beliefs that do not jive with you? That is today's question on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I help kids, teens, and families live happier lives. I run two organizations, the group Private Practice Teen Therapy Center, and also the nonprofit organization Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I join you on Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's jump into today. My mother-in-law has been staying with us during quarantine. She grew up in the 40s and still holds many views my husband and I do not agree with. The longer she is here, the more I worry that our kids, all middle schoolers, will parrot her beliefs. I want to call her out, but she's also my mother-in-law. So I don't want to create a rift in the family. Is it appropriate to pull my kids aside and just talk to them about her? Well, there's a lot of families going through this, especially during quarantine. First and foremost, I encourage you to talk to your husband. It's his mom. He's known her his whole life. He's known how to deal with her his whole life. Make sure the two of you and your husband, are on the same page. If you start calling mother-in-law out or saying things that mother-in-law takes the wrong way, now husband is caught between my wife and my mom, and I wasn't prepared for this and I don't know what to do. Make sure that you two are talking so you guys are handling this the same way. You guys are doing it the same way possible. Whether you guys feel it's best to sit mother-in-law aside and say, hey, grandma, we love you, but we're trying to teach our kids this. We appreciate if you don't talk about that. That's one thing. Of course, mother-in-law may say, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm 75 years old and I can do what I want. Well, you're not going to stop her. It's hard to stop old people from doing anything if they don't want to do it. So, you just have to live with that. So in that case, you probably need to realize that your middle school kids or high school kids or adult kids are all going to be exposed to ideas and thoughts and beliefs that don't jive with you anyway. In fact, the older your kids get, they're going to have differing opinions. They're going to have different political beliefs, different religious beliefs, different social beliefs. That is common. That happens in our society. Very few of us have the exact same opinions that our parents have. And very few of our kids will have the exact same opinions that we have. But there may be some crossover, right? So I think the more you shine a light on these ideas and let your kids be exposed to them, but then talk to them later, say, hey, grandma was saying this. What do you think about what she said? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel good thinking this way? Are there other alternative ways to approach this? Exposing them to other ideas and letting them have a choice. I think the more agency they have, the more they can have critical thinking about what their beliefs are, the stronger their beliefs will be, instead of just following blindly whatever grandma says or what you say or what someone else says. It's important to hear many beliefs, even ones that you disagree. And I think middle schoolers are able to start hearing some of those things. Now, do you need to protect some kids because their maturity level is not there yet? Maybe. You got to decide for each child what their maturity level is and how to approach these things. And I think the more thoughtful and engaging you are in that conversation, the better. There are books out there about almost every topic, race, religion, politics, etc., that you can find at your child's age-appropriate level. You guys sit, talk, read about, have conversations. Because if you have this, if you nurture a safe place to have disagreements in your family, Thanksgiving is going to be a lot nicer in the future. Because, imagine, if you will, a family with Democrats and Republicans, easy example to use, sitting together and enjoying a meal and talking politics and not getting angry and understanding the other person's point of view, but still respectfully disagreeing. We don't want your family to look like what Facebook looks like. When people start ranting and saying, if you don't believe what I say, you're bad. Well, there's a lot of ways to believe things, right? So I think it's important to have debate, have talk. Make sure that everyone is able to be heard, because your kids are eventually going to disagree with you. And when they disagree with you, it's important that you guys are able to maintain a healthy relationship, just like it's important to have a healthy relationship with grandma, even if she's got some cuckoo ideas. Anyways, that's our question for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for emailing us your questions. Keep them coming. Again, our email address for new questions is tipsonteens@teenpod.com. therapycenter.com, or you can direct message us right here on Facebook. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you next Wednesday at noon. Bye-bye.